I hope that means it's live. Is everyone here? CameraFi live. Yep, it's live. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna play some cheap ass Minecraft. World 1. Oh, fucking. What the fuck? Back in game. Nobody cares. Man, I hate playing these games because they're so freaking fake. But it's the best run and get right now. So, yeah. I hope I'm not talking to myself, man. Sorry, I don't know how this thing works. So, if you're there, cool. If you're not, well then fuck. So, we're just gonna wait until this motherfucker goes. Come on. Come on. Finally. This cheap ass shit. Is that an apple? Oh my god, it is. It's an apple. It's a apple. Can we go on like some other orders, or is it just like this? Whatever. Fuck. Ooh, can I kill it? Can I kill it? Huh? You want to on that? I can cook it. Oh, what the heck? Fucking cheap ass Minecraft. Oh. Thanks. It's just like, what is that? I thing nothing. Get it. And I don't get it. I'm hungry. Fucking smash those motherfuckers. No, but I did it. Make a dirt or something. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Hey, you got. You go away. This is, come on. Right. Yay! Oh, our house. There's a mode. That. That's very. No, I can't. Okay. Oh, get rid of that. No, that. Come here. No. Come here. Good boy. Okay, just please tell me if I'll no, it didn't. I don't know what the hell is going. Can you make a house out of this shit? Like, what? Dude, this is so boring and so laggy, too. What the fuck is up with the game? Besides, shutting down. Yeah, maybe I don't want. Thank you. I can get this. Cool. Bye. Come on. So I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm gonna eat after broadcast. So, why that is. See, and then I can go like this. Right. Okay, now jump off the cliff. No. Wait, is that a box? Can I have it? What is it? Empty. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. What's an apple? I don't want that. Oh, can I tame it? Oh, come on, please let me tame it. I want to tame it. Don't kill it. So I need this thing, right? I need this. Okay, I don't know. Where's the bone? Where's the bone? Bone. What? Man, what the hell? I want the bone. Oh, I have to add in my question, huh? Yes, sir. Okay. Where'd you go? Come on. Oh, it's self out. Okay. Come on. No, puppy, come on. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Man. Put this is. I can take away this. Put that. Thank you. Come here, puppy. Grab my puppy. Oh. Feed you. Like, try to feed the people, but instead I killed it. Okay, for me. Is there egg above me? Yes, there is. Let me jump up here. No, let me jump. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. It kills puppies. Alright, come on. Nobody cares. No, nobody cares. No cares. Come on. Come on. Do I have to restart my phone? Please don't let me. I have so much to deliver. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Hang on, y'all. It's not working. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Anybody want to watch PewDiePie? Because I'm like up for watching PewDiePie right now. If this thing does not load, I for a damn living. Come on, I'm getting you to the count of 100. I'm counting my head. Alright guys, so I'm gonna look at this because I'm gonna show you what my sister draws. And of course I have to sign in. We're just gonna go skip for now. I hope this gets her a lot more followers or whatever, or watchers or whatever. I don't know what you want to call them, but my sister draws a lot of these things. Go to watch. These are more of her things, you know. But we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to watch. Oh. Man. Alright. Go back. Go to her stuff. Alright, so this is what my sister draws. She's a very good drawer, you know. She drew all this, and I mean all of it. She does that. She did this. I don't know what this is. A story that she made? I don't know. Hang on. Oh, she made a story. Okay, I get it. Okay. See, I don't go on this because I can't literally cannot draw. Kagaru project, okay? Friday Nights at Freddy's human version. You guys, this is, well, it's doll / human. I don't know. Yeah, give life. See. My sister drew this. Fragile Dreams. She drew that. View all deviations. This is all my sister, you guys. All of it is her. And you guys, please don't ask me about my sister, by the way. I cannot exactly see her. A lot of things have happened in life, so just keep in mind. What? Mrs. Stitches. Okay, I gotta read this. Sorry, you guys, but I gotta read this. This seems kind of interesting. The title, anyways. Remember back to when you were little. Remember how you used to believe anything you were told. Remember that monster in your closet or under your bed. I'm here to tell you that those monsters from your childhood are real. And they are much more terrifying and horrible than they used to be. Some have deformations, some horribly scarred. And then there's some like me. My name is Kristen, and I used to be just like you. Good friends, happy family, and everything seemed to be going great, or so I thought. It all started one day when a new student came to my school. She was tall, had short blonde hair, and had 2 pretty green eyes. She was a complete social butterfly. By the end of the first week, it had seemed that she knew everybody, and everyone knew her, except for me. For some reason, I had always gotten an eerie feeling whenever I was around her, so I generally avoided her. One day during lunch, however, she had decided to go up and talk with me. I had seen that she had nothing but good intentions. However, I could sense some unspoken malice in her. Her name was Kenra, and she had taken a great interest in me. After that encounter, I had noticed that more kids had begun to talk with me, asking about Kenra and when I would see her again. Some kids had started to push me around once it had gotten bad enough to where I was pushed into every available flat surface. Sorry, I have very, very red speech. Well, when it comes to reading fast, anyways, flat surface, which was usually a wall. I had begun to get braces, so I wore long arm covers with my black shirt and dirty blue jeans. My hair was red and about shoulder length, so I didn't have to worry about anything or anybody pulling on it too horribly much. After that, I tried to keep my distance from camera, but that somehow only made it worse. There was a time where I had gotten shoved into the sharp edge of a door. Ooh. And ended up having a small but deep gash on my arm. Strangely, Kenna was nearby and had taken notice. She had her backpack with her and had produced a small sewing kit and some medical supplies from it. She had ran up to me, telling me to stay still while I did so. She cleaned up my wound, and then she had stitched it up. When she was done, she had seemed pleased with her stitch work, and from then on, wouldn't let me out of her sight. That at least had calmed down the bullying. Over the course of a few weeks, she and I had become good friends, and coincidentally, we had the same classes. She was pretty smart and had helped me with my homework. During gym, there was something off about her. She had asked if she could sit out because she wasn't feeling that great. During class, she had her phone on her and was happily texting someone, and the teacher didn't seem to mind, so I let it go. After class, however, she hadn't shown up in the locker room, and I found that there was a giant hole in the back of my shirt. Luckily, I had learned a few tricks to fix up that hole, and I ended up with a way cooler shirt. I was mad that someone went through the trouble to cut an enormous hole in the back of my shirt, but I had also won an opportunity to customize my shirt. Strangely, Kenna was nowhere to be seen. Later on, I saw Kenna talking with some other girl, so I kept walking. I don't know how, but as I was walking, I felt the piercing gaze of Kenna. I hurried along to my next class, and there she was on a desk next to mine. She was playing on her phone. Before she looked up at me with a warm smile, it seemed that she was up to something. Hey, nice shirt, but what happened to the back? Kenna asked. Funny story, while I was in gym, someone decided to cut up the back. Yeah, that is funny, Kenna said, rather condescendingly. That was strange. Usually she'd be nice. She'd been quite nice. But I'd learned some tricks. Sorry, my God. Sorry. Today I am tongue-tied. But I'd learned some tricks on how to work this kind of mess into a masterpiece, I say rather proudly. Strangely, Kenna had a look of displeasure flashed across her face. It seemed as though she was angry that I fixed up my shirt. Was she the one that cut my shirt? So, Kristen, how about you come over to my place sometime? That was sudden. Are you sure? Yeah, totally. My parents would love to meet you. I've told them so much about you. Strange. So, what have you told them about me then? I said, a huge grin grew across her face. Only that you're the nicest, most amazing person that I've ever met. And they can't wait to meet you, Kenna replied gleefully. This seems rather suspicious. I think I'll go with her to see what she wants. Yes, I'd love to, I said. Dude, how long is the story? My sister writes a lot. I thought I could be a writer, actually, before. But now that I'm reading her story, I don't think so. It's better than I could ever do. I do reality, I don't do, you know. I don't do. I don't do non-real things. There we go. Great. I'll see you tomorrow then, Kristen. The bell rang, signaling that school ended for the day. I went home that day feeling strange. When I came to the door, my mom was there to greet me with a smile and asked how my day went. She was a tall woman with beautiful blue eyes, just like mine. And she had her dark brown hair done up in a messy bun. She was wearing a tank top and yoga pants. Mom has this thing where she goes and exercises for like an hour and then she quits. Sometimes I wonder why she even bothers with it, if that's all she's going to do. Hey, Mom, what is it, Chris? I was wondering if I could go over to a friend's place tomorrow. She gave a look of surprise. You know, it's not very often you get the chance to go over to a friend's place. I think it would be wonderful if you went, she said gleefully. Thanks, Mom. I'm going to go to my room and study for a bit. See you soon, I called as I was on my way to my room. Okay, just be down for dinner. Oh my god, you guys, this is so long. How long is this? I can't even see the little markings. Okay. I will, I answered when I got to my room. I was finally alone with my thoughts. I set my backpack on my floor and dug out a pencil and some homework. There's something about Kenra that I don't like, and I can't put my finger on it. She seems way too friendly, and it's only been a month, and it seems that she knows everybody in the school, including the teachers. She was on especially good terms with them. Enough of these silly thoughts. Time to get to work. If I want to keep 5th rank in class, I said aloud, then I go to work on my homework. I enjoyed work, but I enjoyed schoolwork. What? I enjoyed work, but I enjoyed schoolwork even more. Oh. Because it provided logic to the answers and it left me alone with my thoughts. Alright, I'm gonna go like this. Let's see if I can highlight it. Okay, yeah. Dude, how long is this shit, Amber? Alright. Dude, whoa, okay. We're gonna read the whole thing, you guys, but let me just get up. Stretch. I've been in this bed almost all day, you guys. I don't move out of my bed unless someone tells me to. It's actually quite comfortable, but it gets tiring. Not the fact that, you know, I'm in the bed, it's just the fact that I'm not moving. Okay, so where was it? But I enjoyed schoolwork even more because it provided logic to An hour or so went by, and I was done with my homework. Mom called for me because dinner was done. We were having chicken with mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn. It seemed that no matter what she would make, it would taste fantastic either way. Little did I know it would be the last meal with her. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Ugh. So how is it, Chris? She asked with a knowing smile. It's fantastic, just like everything you make, I announced proudly. After that, we chatted for a while and about how each of our days went. When we were done with dinner, we sat down and watched a movie for a bit. We both loved horror movies and were in the middle of Nightmare on Elm Street. It was the first one since the rest were slashers. As much as I... Slashers? Like, what the fuck did I just say? Slashers. As much as I appreciate a good child slasher, slasher. There we go. Oh my god. I hate my mouth today. Most of the protagonists are plain idiots. They hear a strange noise and they want to walk closer. When the movie was over, we said our goodnights and went to bed. That night I had a strange dream. I was in some dark room and in a lot of pain. There was someone creeping through the shadows, and when they walked out, I saw Kendra. I was in so much disbelief that I woke up in a cold sweat and almost fell out of bed. I heard Mom rushing in. She slammed the door open. "Chris, what's wrong?" She came up to my bed and felt my forehead. "Dear, you're burning up. Why didn't you tell me that you had a fever?" She ran out of the room to go and grab some medicine and something to drink. When she had returned, she was carrying a bottle of pills and some milk. I took the pills and drank the milk. Slowly, I started to drift off, and that same dream played over and over again. That night, I had gotten some rotten. The next day, I had gotten ready, ate breakfast, and headed out the door. The sky seemed to be overcast, so I ran back inside and grabbed my umbrella. Mom was still asleep, so before I left, I gave her a good morning hug and headed out to the door. Classes had seemed pretty normal that day in math. We had a test, and I was seated right next to Kendra. Regardless of how I felt about the environment, I was certain that I aced it. The bell rang, and Kendra walked up to me with a smile. "Hey, Christy, ready to go?" she asked. "Just about. Just need to head to my locker quick to go and put away some things," I replied. "Would you mind if I came with you?" she asked. "Okay, now this is weird. She isn't usually this clingy." "Sure, I guess. I mean, if you want to," I said. She had that big grin on her face from the day prior. We then headed down to my locker, and while doing my code, I noticed her trying to peek in, and I did my best to cover it so she wouldn't figure out my accommodation. When I got my locker open, she showed an unusual interest in my things. I took the stuff out of my backpack that needed to go into my locker, shoved it in, and headed out. "Hey, Kristen, aren't you excited for today?" Kendra said excitedly. "Yeah, it's going to be so sweet," I said as I find excitement going in there. She said, and then we head out the door. She was walking to the parking lot towards the shiny red van. It was odd that she had a van. When we got inside, it was especially tidy and well kept. I decided to sit in the back seat since I wasn't too horribly comfortable with the idea of being around her. As I was buckling myself up in the back seat, I noticed her sewing kit, and it had some red thread. "Hey, Kristen, why are you sitting back there?" Kendra turned around on the driver's seat and asked. "It's just that I like it back here." I tried coming up with an excuse to back that up. It's comfortable and quite spacious. That was true as well, because it was indeed comfortable and quite spacious. She gave me a weird look, turned back around in her seat, and drove off. The drive was eerily silent as we headed over to her place. When we go to her place, I noticed. What? Amber, you just did a typo. When we go to her place, I noticed that we only. I thought it said got. Maybe I'm wrong. I noticed that was the only car in the driveway. Her house was a bit smaller than a mansion. It was tall with small edges around each door. The house looked to have 3 floors and small square windows on each side of the house. The house had an eerie feeling to it, just like Kendra did. "Your parents not home?" I asked. "Yep, but it's strange that they're not home yet," Kendra said. "Yeah, that is pretty strange," I replied. "Enough about that. Let's head inside." So we headed inside, and it was quite dark and spacious. Kendra didn't even bother to turn on the lights. She seemed to have something on her mind because she was super quiet. She led me around until we hit a large door. It seemed to go to her basement. She opened the door and flipped the switch on the wall. The downstairs appeared to be white. "Hey, Kendra, what kind of work do your parents do?" Well, my dad's a surgeon and my mom's a famous fashion designer." We started our way down the stairs. As we approached the bottom, I noticed an old hospital bed, a wheelchair, and an enormous medicine cabinet full of my many chemicals. My dad sometimes works on patients down here, and it gets hard to sleep on some nights. Her dad works on patients down here. I have to find a way out before things get out of hand. Nice place. I'd love to check out the kitchen, though. With my mom a lot. I would like to see on the top. Great excuse. She'll never buy it. Sure, let's go back upstairs after the kitchen. Let's go and check out my. I was almost one of her patients. We then headed back up the stairs, and while we were up there, she had finally turned on the lights. The kitchen was huge. There was a large fridge in the middle with a few bar chairs. Many cabinets filled the walls, the glass doors. They had marble countertops, and by the fridge was a large window, and under the window, 2-part sink. There was a huge dishwasher. I stood there in awe, taking everything in. "Pretty cool, huh?" Kendra said as she turned to look at me. "How would I make us something to eat?" My stomach growled in response. As a matter of fact, I was hungry. "Sounds good. So I asked. "That's Now why don't you go and take a seat in the living room while you wait? She said as she pointed over to yet another magnificent room. The living room had one huge sofa with a few lazy boys, and her TV was huge and flat screen. I took a seat on the sofa while I waited, and it was super comfortable. Half an hour passed, and she called me back in. When I got back, she had made a beautiful dish of spicy skillet pork chops. They smelled amazing. She also had drinks already set up for the two of us. She may not be so bad after all. She definitely got the hands for cooking, and she was nice enough to even set out drinks. We sat down in the living room and ate. Afterwards, we headed to her living room. She was busy chatting up a storm about how it was her first week here and how everyone was so nice to her. Meanwhile, I was getting a little drowsy. I tried to be respectful and stay awake, but eventually I knocked out. When I awoke, I found myself in her basement, but this time I was the one in the hospital bed and also found myself in a hospital gown. Am I going to be one of her patients? I have to get out of here. I tried to get out of the bed, only to find myself strapped down. My arms were in leather straps around the railing of the bed. I was in full panic now, and Kendra was nowhere to be seen. I tried to wriggle free, but to no avail. I then hear a familiar voice. You're finally awake. I was thinking that you'd never wake up. Kendra's voice from the shadows. The room was pitch black and Kendra turned the lights. When she walked in, I noticed her wearing some sort of lab coat and carrying a sewing kit along in a small metal table full of surgical tools. Mostly little scalpels to make incisions, and there was a syringe full of some clear liquid. Kendra, what are you doing? Let me out, I screamed. I'm afraid I can't do that. See, when I first saw you at school, I couldn't help but think about how fun it'd be to cut you up and fix you. I wanted to fix you up because you were broken. But I'm not broken. I was never broken, I yelled. Silly, you're like a broken doll. I need to fix you. She pulled the small metal table towards the bed. She smiled and said, and I have just the tools to fix you. Kendra reached over to pick up the syringe. Wait, what are you doing? What is that? She picked up the syringe and stabbed it into my arm. So you don't fall asleep on me, Kendra answered. You're insane! I yelled in response. Kendra picked up one of the scalpels and began to make an incision on me. She started at the top of my left shoulder. The pain seemed to light my entire arm on fire. I screamed and screamed as she made her way to my elbow. Then she stopped there. Again, then she began to do the same thing to my other arm. Both of my fire. The pain was unbearable, but this was only... Next, she cut around my wrist on both arms, just like a grotesque bracelet. There. Now, isn't that pretty? Kendra exclaimed. I fought through the pain and said, you're sick. No, that response to my back. She just said my elbow. If you keep talking back, that'll only make me cut you out faster. And personally, I'd like to take my time to fix you up. She then brought that bloody face and said, "No, you need to smile more." Kendra then proceeded to cut a smile across my face. Liquid then began to pour out. I couldn't. I would be greeted by a new wave of pain, stronger than before. Before she was done with my face, she had decided to remove my right eye from its socket. I wailed as she removed it and cut the nerve end. And that was it for my right eye. I saw her place it on the metal table, and after she around the empty socket like a doll with a missing eye. After she was done with my face, she moved down and cut across my chest before some scissors and chopped my to where it was just a. I was greeted by another new wave of pain, this one stronger than the rest. She stopped for a moment to go and grab something from one of the cabinets, which was a small bottle of clear liquid and a small sponge. Just look at the mess you made. I better clean you. Took the sponge, the clear liquid onto it. She started to hurt, and whatever it was seeped into the smile and now lit my face on fire. Over that seemed to stop the bleeding, Kendra grabbed the scalpel and began to fix me. The next incision she made was on my right arm. This time, she started from where she had previously cut and all the way down to my wrist. With all of the pain, I was starting to pass out from all the pain. Before I could pass out, she injected more adrenaline into me. You can't sleep, she pouted. You can't sleep, she pouted. Otherwise, I can't have fun. to my left arm and started on the inside of my elbow and down to my wrist. You look so pretty already. I'm almost jealous. You psycho, I shouted and spit up some blood and some lab coat. Now the pain from the cuts on my arms and were combined and hurt so much that tears started up the bleeding on my face again. You've gone and made a mess now. You're lucky that I didn't have to do it for you. Lucky? Lucky? How am I one trapped to a hospital bed and some psycho girl? I spat, spraying more blood on her lab coat. I almost noticed that the entire time she was cutting up, she was smiling. Started on a new looking on my body I was wearing. At the very least, she had left my undergarment on. She took her bloodied scalpel and cut across my stomach up to her last cut on my chest. I was all the pain, begging her to stop. A new cut down to my careful not to cut up any of my undergarment section of her cut on my right leg. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. Okay, I was howling in pain at this point. I work on my other leg. Process as she started way down, and while she was so focused on that cat, I managed to kick her face. Barely, she was knocked down. However, when she got back up, she just went right back to work. In my agony, she then stopped, scalpel down, grabbed the clear bottle of it and the slightly bloodied sponge. She poured some of the clear liquid on it again, took it to my face once more, and began to wipe it. After she was done wiping my face, wiped the on my chest. Spat carefully not to repeat what had happened earlier at the bleeding. True work. Then she pulled out a large spool of needle from a pocket on her lap. All ready to go. This is my direction, aren't you? She put both down and exchanged a sponge. Connor began to wipe and move down my stomach. Once she was done, she moved down my legs. All the bleeding that she had caused had stopped. Kenna put a needle and thread and went to work, expertly stitching each of the cuts she had owned before I kicked her once more. Kenna was stunned for a little longer this time, giving me time to rock the bed closer to the little metal table full of scalpels. I somehow loosened one of my arm enough to reach and grab one. Meanwhile, the straps pulled on the skin of my cut on my wrist, making begin to peel back a little. I didn't care. However, because it was to escape from this hellhole, I felt the metal on my arm while I reached for the closest scalpel and finally grabbed it. I flipped it around in my fingers and began to cut at that, giving myself new cuts in the process. But after some time, I was able to free one arm. I moved my arm to the string and freed it before Kendra woke up. When Kendra woke up, she had a look across her face as she noticed I was finally free of my bindings. I see that you're free. With me, Kristen? She questions. I noticed that she was slowly trying to make her way to the table full of scalpels, so I blocked her. I then took a run at her that freed me against her. I pinned her against the wall. Do this! I didn't do anything wrong. I yelled as I held. Why? Why did you do anything wrong? I yelled as I held the scalpel to her throat. You keep asking why. I told you that you're my doll that I had to fix up. And I sounded a bit irritated. I'm not a damn doll. Listen, I was having. You came around. I pushed the scalpel closer to her throat, so now it was beginning to. Sorry, guys, I have to take a little bit of a break. I don't really care if you were alive or not. I just wanted a doll to fix up, and you were enough chosen by me. Kristen. No, you know what? I thought of a better name for you. You could be Mrs. That was all she was able to get out before I and dug the scalpel deep into her neck. Blood began to pour down in my hair. When I stabbed her, I felt some sort of twisted sensation. I was happy. After how it made me feel, I made my way to the hospital bed and took a seat. Better if I commented to myself in that silent basement. I got to work on my wounds. Mom had taught me my old dolls. I was able to do some nice stitch work on myself. How clean each stitch was. After I was done stitching and dead body with the spool and needle, I knew her regular clothes were now exposed. I proceeded to pull her skin was available for me to work with. And so initials MS onto her chest. When I was done, I decided to store her clothes I was wearing previously. They happened to be on the floor in her bedroom. I picked up room to change the hospital gown to my rest. As I decided to look in the mirror and I admire my work, at that same twist she crept in my as some sort of that I was after I stared before I realized that I couldn't go back to my mom anymore. She said all of my news. I also realized that I had my old name. I couldn't be Kristen anymore. That's when it dawned on me. To celebrate my rebirth, I decided to keep that scalpel and spool of thread and needle. I also decided that I would go and scour the place for a lighter or possibly a box of matches. Lucky for me, I found both. I went downstairs to Kenna's body and I lit it up. I knew that there wasn't too much time to get out before the chemicals burned, so I took the fastest exit, which was out of one of the windows. I ran and ran until I was no longer within range of the fire and I watched it burn. The house lit up like it was the 4th of July. It was a spectacular show. However, not long after, it seemed that someone had called it in and the police had arrived. Kenra and her family lived in a quiet but rich area of town, so it didn't take long for one of their neighbors to call it in. Luckily, they were too late and the entire place was in ashes along with Kenra's body. As I made my way out of the neighborhood, I was thinking of many wonderful ideas on how I could spread my work with the world and that what I could do to ease my mom's pain. It took a while, but I finally figured it out. I would sneak my way into my house and first quietly but quickly pack my clothes, and then I would leave her a note that read, "I'm sorry, Mom, but the threads of fate have taken me down another path. Sincerely, Kristen." And then I would disappear without a trace of me ever being there. It would be as if I was never there at all. I chuckled quietly to myself. Once I was done, I stuck my way out of my old house and planned on disappearing. So I left town and made my way to the twisted future I have now. I am Mrs. Stitches, the thread of fate, and now you know my story. I can't believe she made that story. And again, my story is pretty awesome. That was an awesome story. And Amber, if you ever see this, I don't know if you go on YouTube or you go on my channel, whatever. But if you ever see this, and I mean ever, props to you. And I watched Undertale. Pretty interesting, you guys. But she's a really good writer and a really good drawer. Okay, well that's it, guys. This is all her work. Maybe go in her journal. Page 2 will be available soon. Glitches in Paradise. Alright, she did this because of me, I think. I don't know if this is actually because of me. See, you guys, I don't know if this is true, but if she ever tells me this is true, then I'll be super sad. But you guys, see, I just want to see this. I just want to say this. Every time I look at this, I think this is me and her. Because it says, okay, so I'm just going to read this, you know. What would you guys think if I named my comic Mistake Tale? I've been playing with the name for a while, and this comic is based on Shara still being the fallen child and Frisk being the cause of it. This sounds like us, you guys. I wish I could see windshield. What the hell? I don't know what other puppies are. Look, there's puppy there, puppy there. There's no more puppies. I don't see. Oh, right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. About all of them. Boring. What are you doing, man? Alright, guys. Oh my god, my back hurts. If you want, we can go play. Oh, I know what we can do. Sorry, y'all. I made it. I went back to my other account, you know. My aunt doesn't like my profile, so that's a good thing. But I'm a cop, apparently. Alright, let me see here. Okay, the clothes that we have. I'm just gonna switch her clothes because I really don't want her clothes like that right now. So the clothes that we have, this is all that we have. I like this because I like wearing tank tops in real life, and I try and make them look like me, even though I don't think her boobs are as big as ours. As small as mine. Mine are smaller. My boobs are bigger than mine. Damn, I'm jealous of my own character. Okay. What's this? It's actually really cute. I like it because it shows the belly, and since I have a belly ring, not in real life, but like on my character, since I have a belly ring, you know, why not? Don't cover it up, man. Beanie. Maybe I can go like this. Nope, still covers it. Man, that sucks. Oh well, but this is still super pretty. Still super, super, super cool. Oh wow, it shows a little bit. Oh my god. What is this? Okay. There you go, right? That's cute. Okay, save the look. Save the look. Thank you. You move. Thank you. Alright. So we log out. Log in. We're like this. Alright, you guys. Yes, this is my email. Don't be looking at it. It's not right? Oh. Like, what? You are wrong. You are wrong. You are the wrong one. Alright, I like you more. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, bud. How you doing? Good. Good. Sorry, I didn't yesterday. Okay, we're not gonna respond to that one yet. Like your post. What post? Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. Oh, I was kissing a guy. I changed my character into a guy and I started kissing a guy. Hey, I'm a lesbian. I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl and I liked it. It tastes like her cherry chapstick. A guy and a girl. Alright, that's me. And it's pretty damn fun work. I kissed a girl and I liked it. It tastes like her cherry chapstick. Alright, so I went to like a wedding, chat thing. And like, I bought this big behind gown and I thought it was super beautiful. And this is the kind of shit I want to get married in one day. So it's got to be black, of course, because I love the color black. It could be white. It's a really pretty white, but it's super pretty. And this is not what I look like in real life, okay, guys? I tried to make it look like I look in real life, but I couldn't find any fat bodies. So, my eyes are green, but they're hazel. I don't have my ears pierced. I do not have tits like that. Just saying that. Of course I don't. Like, I mean, that's all. But I don't have any jewelry like that. Let's see here. I do not, I'm lies. I do not have this long hair. I have more of, let me see here. Let me see. I have to go all the way down. I have more hair like this. It's kind of my hair, except it's a little curly. It's not much curly, but it's the color of my hair. I like this one better. I just think it's a good look. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna go into a chat, and hopefully people aren't mean, or not mean, but they're perverted. Hopefully no perverts. Mankind doisur. I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay. Forest cabin. Alright. Excuse me. Oh my god. This is pretty nice. It's pretty surprising there for the stuff in there. Oh, she's got a dragon! I'm gonna add her. This bitch got a dragon. Say bye-bye, friend. There's a Neela. If it's Neela, then it's cool too. I'll add her both. I'll add them both. I fight kids. I fight kids. Ah. Just saying, y'all. Y'all can add me. I don't care. I don't know which one you want to add me on. I have 2 now. Who has the dragon thingy? I want the dragon thingy. Oh, yep, she has a dragon thingy. Okay. Oh, hello, Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Hello, cutie. Let's see what you look like. Ooh, hello, Brandon. You are 17. You're male. You're Mexican. Of course you are. Hot. Okay. 2018, joined in April. He's in a relationship. Year for relationships. Orientation, prefer not to say. Friend request pending. Okay. So if I were to gift him, no, I'd rather can. It is. Ugh, he's ugly. Live. Just see if they say anything. Live on YouTube, live on YouTube, live on YouTube. We're live, we're spinning all around. We're live, but we're spinning all around. So tall, motherfucker. That's funny. Maybe too. Hey, what's up? You know, V2 comes to my brother if his hair was cut a little bit more. My brother has that kind of hair a little bit. I guess we could add edge. But he better not try nothing. Wait, we gotta see something. I'm single here for other orientation for not to say. Okay. Good. Doesn't even say it's a relationship. Blood gang. Oh, hell no. No. Unfollow. Ain't nobody gonna put tagline blood gang on my fucking Adam. No. I'm having a family edge. I'm gonna have a family. Okay. Good luck with that. Oh wait, we're gonna add Sadie. Fuck it, we're gonna add Sadie. Hey, Sadie. We're gonna add Sadie. You're a Mercedes. Mercedes. You want a gang? Okay. 13 years old, female. Interest, basketball, single, chatting, orientation, prefer not to time. Sadie. That's the Sadie. This is a Sadie. It's a Sadie. Sadie. No, boo. Yeah, he's ugly. Nope. Who's sitting there? Who is that? Ain't nobody sitting there. Oh, wait, we can go downstairs. Should have known that. Can I go up? No, down, no. Okay. You know, Mercedes. It's a Mercedes. Mercedes. So please forgive me. I am just super bored. Play game. Alright, I follow you. No barking. God, I hate my dogs. People home yet? Is that what's wrong? Let's breathe. Into drama will be booted right away. Also, text me saying you were booted. But no, I'm sorry. This is a room for people who need a few hours to just chill and relax and calm down from any type of stress, tag support. Alright, y'all, well, I gotta go. Bye. Yeah! Alright.